So let's start explaining what it is all about. So as said, I will explain what is the Primo Studio, how it's been evolved from the Primo Open Discovery Framework into what we currently have, the Primo Studio. We will have a live demo on the Primo Studio with few example of how to add add-ons on top of that, and you will learn in a minute what I'm talking about. And I'll explain what are the next steps, what is expected, and more details about the rollout of it. So what is Primo Studio? So Primo Studio is actually a really easy to use tool that will allow you to brand your Primo and create your own discovery experience based on add-ons that were contributed by the community. So the concept of this, it will help to share if up to now we saw that customer shared questions among the Primo list of how to customize this, how to customize, how did you manage to hide or head that kind of feature, that kind of feature. We are providing a framework that will help to make those questions, questions become features and add-ons that can be shared with others. One library will be able to share add-on within to the community central list of add-on, and others can join us. So with the Primo Studio, we also allowed, as said, with one click to add add-ons that were contributed by the community. And we will also allow a very easy way to apply changes to the theme of your Primo and to the Primo images. So you don't have to be a library developer in order to adjust your Primo. Now we are opening with this tool, with this framework, we are opening the ability to customize your Primo by using the Primo Studio and selecting what we would like to see in Primo. It's also, the Primo Studio is also a really real-time preview framework. So every change that you will do using Primo Studio will immediately be previewed, and you will see it in a few minutes in the demo that we will have. So every change we will immediately preview, and you will be able to choose what to take into your Primo after playing around with the themes, with the images, or with selecting add-ons. You will choose what to take into your Primo environment. As already said, the idea of also the power of this Primo Studio is also with this centralized list of add-ons. The power of this is that it really encourages more communication between institution developers from one side. So institution developers will be in the community, can share the effort they are doing for the feature. They will not necessarily have to develop multiple times similar functionality. So you can now leverage more the developer power of the Primo community and benefit from similar functionality that should be developed only once. So this is one aspect of that. And another aspect of that is that libraries that not necessarily have a developer that are familiar with Angular to do all of this customization, they can enjoy add-ons that were contributed by other libraries that do have those abilities. So it's a win-win situation for everyone, like maximizing the development effort and also enjoying other libraries enjoying and benefit from that. So this is what is Primo Studio and what the community can benefit from that. And I would like to start from all over. We will go back in time to the 2016 August, when the new interface was the first release. When we first launched the new interface, we also provided with this launched what we call the Open Discovery Framework. The Open Discovery Framework is actually a way for library to develop on top of the new interface and customize the new interface to their needs using a Primo development package. So we put on the GitHub a Primo development package that describes the client side of Primo and help library developers that are familiar with that know to code with JavaScript and CSS and HTML and even Angular. They can use and play around with the Primo to their needs. So this is what we release on top of the new interface, this Open Discovery Framework. And the power of that is that we are putting hooks and placeholders on the new interface to allow this customization work with each Primo release, so it won't be break with each Primo release. So this is the powerful. We are providing framework that could be easily that allow easy customization of Primo, and of course guarantees that those placeholders will remain, and every change can be applied to Primo based on your need. So this is what we call the Open Discovery Framework. Information on that can be found on the links below. There is an article how this Open Discovery Framework evolved, and also there can be links to how to download that. So this is about how to download the customization package and take it and do nice things on top of the new UI, developing client side on top of that. So we can see several, I put here really few example of what kind of customization customer did with this Primo Open Discovery Framework. So, and there are much more that exist, and you can also aware of that from the discussion in the Primo list. There are many customizations that were done since the launch of the new interface. One example is the ability to map it to view, to have a map to the library in order to see the physical location of a book, for instance. So this is one example. Another example is the ability to have a custom actions. In this example, the ability to send the text message. So the custom action is not out of the box, and this is done by Harvard. They implemented customization actions to text the message. And there are much more customizations that were done. So, seeing that and working closely with the Primo working group, we discussed, and there was an initiative to create a centralized, what we called here the app, centralized features that can be used by others. This is a slide that we presented back then in IGeLU last year that described this initiative. What about we are encouraging the community to write add-ons. We are encouraging them to put the add-ons on the GitHub and to try to leverage and share it with the community. And there was the thought of creating like a Discovery App Store. This is what we call it back then. Discovery App Store, the ability that we use today, like downloading application with one click using the App Store. Same concept, download the features to your Discovery add-on by one click. So we took this initiative from a year ago and start working on that, and the output of that is this framework that we are talking about. Is the Primo Studio, and this is what I would like to present here. So the Primo Studio takes us to the next level of customization, to the next level of the next step of the community collaboration. So what we can do with the Primo Studio. With Primo Studio, first thing that we can do is to select the theme, the color theme of your Primo. I don't have to be a CSS developer in order to change the theme of Primo now. I can choose it by choosing the color from the color palette, and I will show that in the demo. And second thing that can do is I can change very easily the logo and immediately preview these changes. And I also can upload more icons such as resource types icon to replace the default one with a customized one using the Primo Studio. And the most important thing is, of course, with one-click ability to add add-ons that were contributed from by the Primo community, by another library, and I will, in one click, be able to reuse used features that were developed by the community, and then this is like maximizing the effort, the development effort in the of the Primo community. So what we are going to have now is the demo, a live demo for the Primo Studio. Primo Studio is now in beta release, and I will try also to explain what is coming next after that. So what we are seeing here is the Primo Studio URL. This is the setup screen of Primo Studio. We plan to have links to that from the back office, so you won't have to enter those parameters that we have here. But I'm showing you this Primo Studio from the beginning, and once it will be also part of the admin, connected to the admin, I will show it. We will show it in it's part of the releases. What we are trying to emphasize here, Primo Studio is the web-based application. You don't have to install it locally and to play around it. We have one entry point to the Primo Studio, and this is the setup configuration. In this setup configuration, what we need to do is to provide URL to my Primo front end and the view that I would like to customize. If I'm a VE customer, I will check the checkbox here for Primo VE. Once I click on the Start, when clicking on Start Primo Studio, what I see is on the left panel here, I have the ability to see whether my option to configure my Primo here, and like I said, the theme, the images, and the most important one, the add-on. And on the second one, what you are seeing here is Primo, a client side of Primo. Underneath that, behind the scenes, there is a client side of Primo. For technical people, underneath, actually, we have this open discovery framework extracted here. So we have the client side, and whenever I would like to, and this is like a live environment that I can really, adjust my changes here. The changes that I'm adjusting here are not affecting my Primo production server, or not affecting Primo sandbox URL. Even if I provided a URL to my Primo production or Primo sandbox in the setup, it's not being affected there. We are only using the URL in order to make sure we have a Primo live behind the scenes. So if I am going to run a query here, it will work. It will run my searches, again, the URL that I provided in the setup screen. So I'm running a query for community collaboration, and I see a live Primo here on the right, on my right panel. And this iframe content, in this iframe, we will be able to play around and see the immediately changes that we are doing and preview those changes. Okay, so we will start first. So this is my Primo, and first thing that if I'm now switching to new UI, first thing that I would like to do is to change the color of my Primo. So I would like to choose this color as the background. The background is actually what we call this area. I also would like to be able to change the color of this pin icon. This will be the secondary one. This will be referred the secondary one. We'll make it a pink. And we are also would like to change the way the links appear, make them orange one. Okay, like this one. Okay, and then I update my thing, and while clicking the update theme, okay, I expect here the right panel to be refreshed. Just a second. Let me refresh here. It's supposed to refresh few minutes and okay. Okay, let me try to see if I have a network connection. Just a second. We'll try a temporary connection. Let's start with this one. I'm sorry for that. I just want to know if I have some kind of issue here. Okay, let's start with, again, with changing the color of the themes here. Okay, we'll change again. Let me run. Okay, let's start here, changing the links here. Okay, and the secondary, refresh that. Okay, I will update the theme and hopefully this one will work. Okay, so the right panel here is now being refreshed. And I can see that, the background was changes, the icon here was changes, and also the links here become purple. So very easily, I'm able to preview the recent changes that I did. And then again, I would like to emphasize, learning from the morning webinar experience, there is no effect currently to my Primo production or Primo sandbox. This is like a local environment to preview these changes. Okay, now I would like to change the logo. I will upload the logo file. So I will choose to upload demo, and very quickly I will see the demo is changed. I also have the ability to replace other icons. So you can see here that I upload the demo. I also have the ability to replace other icons. The fav icon actually is this icon that is being seen in the tab of the browser. I won't be able to preview this through the Primo Studio, but there is the ability to change that. And I would like, as you can see here, this is the default thumbnail for article. I would like to change it and to customize it, so I will be able to choose resource type, and then to select another default icon. The convention to provide a default icon will be to have an icon, to have a PNG file, and icon, and then underscore the resource type name. So I would like to have this icon as the article one, and I will upload the images. And you will see that the custom article icon that I choose is now appear. So far what we did, we changed the theme, we changed the images, and now we will switch to this add-ons, the centralized add-on list that we refer to. This is the most important. This is why we initiate this Primo Studio framework. What you can see here is the list of the add-ons that were contributed by the community. This one we got from the Primo Working Room 5 ones, and we adjusted to match to the Primo Studio standards. And we'll talk later what are those standards. So what we can see for each add-on, we can see the title of that. We can see the description for the add-on, and also credit to the one that who write it, who contribute this, either library or a developer, and there will be even a link to the GitHub. And we can use this link to the GitHub for many reasons. This link to the GitHub, we can go into the GitHub. Like, if I would like to know what is this Primo Explore search bar search menu, if I would like to know more detail on that, I will go to the GitHub, and I can read first who contribute that. I can read, if there is a really detailed README file, what it is all about. If there is a screenshot, I can see that this add-on is about creating submenu under the search title, and I can choose whether to edit. If I have some kind of remark for the GitHub, I can open an issue and add remark, or maybe have even fix for that. So putting a link to the GitHub is actually encourage the collaboration among the community developer and among the community how to improve add-ons. So you can use the GitHub for request issue, to track and to understand more what this add-on is all about. And now I can choose whether to edit or not. So I will try to now demo you the ability to add very quickly one or two add-ons. So I would choose to add this one, the ability to custom text and link to the PCI when no search results are returned. So if I am trying to search for something that I know that for sure there will no search result for that, this is the out-of-the-box element that we are providing with Primo. In this add-on, what we see is that the add-on is dealing with how to customize this add-on, how to customize this element and adding links to that. So with one click, I can try this one and preview that and choose whether to have it in my Primo or not. So what I see here that this add-on is about adding links when no search are found, having links that are giving me the option to, giving me tips where to search more in that case. I can choose to have it, or I can choose to remove it. And if I choose to remove it, it won't be included in the output of this Primo in my development package, and we'll discuss it in later on. Okay, I can continue to work and play around and select which add-ons I would like to take and to use. I would like to see, now I'm checking another add-on. This add-on is about linking to a full text to antitrust record. If there is a free full text, I think that I'm going to like this one. So with one click, I'm going to add it. With one click, I'm going to edit and play around here and see if I like this add-on. And I can see that now there is the full text available here under the out-of-the-box availability links. This one is the customized one, and I can choose to have such an add-on. I can even be interested to have a date slider. If you can see here, this is the out-of-the-box date range that we are providing in Primo, and there is a customization to add a date slider to play all around with that. With one click, I can choose to change that. So what I can see here is that I can choose to have this date slider playing around under my facet creation date, for my facet creation date. And then if I choose to take it, so far I choose to add two add-ons to my Primo. And now, one more thing that I would like to show you the add-on, if someone would like to contribute add-on, but this add-on should have configuration, we also provide the ability, a generic way to apply configuration for Primo. So for instance, if I show you that I would like to add the ability to add sub-menu under my search bar, I can, if I click on add, I see that the person that the library that contributes this head-on thinks to do it in a generic way, and they providing a configuration to adjust the link to their needs. So I can choose to add a link to the FIFA World Cup. So I will allow a student to continue research through Primo, but also to get a live indication from the World Cup. So I would choose to add those add-ons, those parameters here. I believe that those parameters can be detailed in the GitHub. If someone would like to be more familiar what is exactly need to be added here. And so I will end filling this form of configuration, and by submitting it, I will be able to see if I like this add-on and choose to have it or either to remove it. So what I can see here, here it's supposed to be a link to the FIFA from my Primo, and I could choose to have it or no. So what you see here is the ability to add add-ons that were shared by the community, to play around with the images, upload images, icons, and resource type, and change the theme. So I tested and I preview that and I like it. What is the output of this Primo Studio? So the output is to go to this download, and all of the changes that I apply here are really local changes. They are not in my Primo production or not in Primo sandbox. What I have to do is to have download here. And if I download this, I actually getting the package zip. This is the customization package zip. And if I want to have these changes on my Primo, what I need to do is to take this zip and go into my Primo backoffice and upload that zip through the customization manager for the current view. I can do it in the Primo customization manager in the Primo backoffice or in the Primo VE admin where you customize your view. So the output again of this Primo Studio is a customization package that contains all of those changes, the theme changes, the CSS changes, the images, and the add-ons changes. All are included in this zip. Now the next question that could be is, what if I don't want to start from scratch? What if I already have my own customization package? So in order to not start from scratch and to start from existing customization package, we are providing also the ability to upload package. So I can now, if I have this zip, I can upload this one to my Primo Studio and start adding more and more add-ons on top of that and reuse the zip. Of course, this upload package capability also you will get more information about this next week in Primo Hackathon. What should be the standards to make sure that you upload existing package and it should be supported by the Primo Studio standards. So this was the demo of the Primo Studio. One last comment that I would like to add on that I can have two modes of working with Primo Studio. If I already work with my Primo Studio and would like to continue my work, I didn't finalize it. My work is being finalized when I do the download package. I can sum it up and take it to my Primo backoffice. But if I still would like to play more around and test it, all I have to do is to save the link here, to save the links of the Primo Studio, and then go back tomorrow to the same point that I were in the Primo. I return to the same place that I were working on, working with the same customization. I can even choose to start from scratch. If I'm starting from scratch, and not maintain the recent changes if I don't like it. So, and this, of course, all of these option of saving URL, it's all currently on a beta release, and we can think how to make it more clear. Okay, so this is the Primo Studio demo that I wanted to share with you. And now go back to the presentation. And lucky that I have another server to that. Okay, going back to the presentation. So I said the Primo Studio is about leveraging the power of the Primo community. I would like to emphasize what is the Libris part on that and what is the community part of that. So Libris is actually providing the framework that allows this one-click activation for add-ons. So we are providing the tool that have the ability to add on, and we can also think of more things to improve with that in the future. But with regarding to the add-ons, how those add-ons are being submitted, who maintain this add-on centralized of the add-on, centralized list of this add-on, this is the add-ons themselves are and should be developed by the Primo community, and whoever and the Primo working group also will be the one that manage those centralized list of add-ons. And so the idea here is about we encourage you now to share more and to start think what to share in order to make this Primo Studio live and useful for the community. So, so as I said, what next is, of course, start sharing, start thinking what you can share with the Primo community. Next week, we're going to have the Primo Hackathon. This is also initiative by the Primo Working Group. It's been arranged by Alan Jones. So the Primo Hackathon, June 18th, there will be a live event where you can learn more about the standards of how to write add-on. Primo Development, Shaul from Primo Development will explain and will prepare already a documentation how to adjust an existing feature and to be add-on that can be read by the Primo Studio, so you can learn more of that. And you will also learn from the Primo working group to learn more about the flow, how to submit and how to share an add-on, how this process is going to be maintained. And this all week is going to be about probably most encouraging you to start thinking to write add-ons in order to make them available in the Primo Studio. What you see now is the beta release of the Primo Studio. We still need to work, and coming soon is to link it to your admin. So in order to save you the configuration of the setup screen that I show you. Coming soon is also a documentation that explained all of this flow that I just demo of how to use the Primo Studio, what is the output of that. And also more enhancements should come also based on your feedbacks, like for instance, how to sort the add-ons by probably ranking by popularity. They will add also number of downloads of add-on to make add-on more popularity, sorting and more options based on also on your feedback. The official rollout of the Primo Studio is August. We really hope that by August we will have a real example for add-ons contributed by the community. This is also why we are doing next week the hackathon in order to encourage and explain how to do that. A few more things before your questions that I would like to clarify is, as I said, Primo Studio is a standalone web application. There were a few attempts that we saw, questions also of trying to download the Primo Studio. There is the code of the Primo Studio available in GitHub. There's no need to download it. It is a web application, and access can be for all. And it's relevant for both Primo and Primo VE, and it is not part of the release cycle of Primo and Primo VE as a standalone service. We will decide what will be the enhancement, what will be the release cycle for that based on the enhancement. I believe that now the most important thing to do is start enriching it with add-ons from the community. This is now the momentum from the Primo Studio. And I think that this is what I would like to share with you.